Hey everyone, it's BDEVINE here, and welcome. We're going to do a messages from the fairies, or healing with the fairies little card. And I don't know when you're seeing this, but hopefully it's the right time in your life. And what I'm going to do is shuffle this little pack and we'll see what message comes out for us. Alright, ready? Here we go. Okay, this is interesting. Awakening the true self. Okay, this was something that was very, very clear to me today, and I did make a Facebook message about being authentic to ourselves, and like the real self is coming out. And it's very, very interesting that this comes up today. But anyway, I will read this to you guys. Awakening your true self. Obviously explains itself, doesn't it? It says here, you're beginning to recover your natural identity, including your old sense of humour, interests, passions and desires. Trust that any confusion or changes you're currently experiencing are part of your healthful evolution. As if a cloud is lifted from your mind and heart, you're beginning to see life from the perspective of your old self. You just went through a period where you gave up who you are to please another person. You buried your interests, ignored your friends, and tried to fit into another person's lifestyle. Now your old self is emerging. You're back. As you recover your authentic self, your life and your personality are going through big changes. Hold tight and allow these changes to occur. The fairies ask you to trust that the parts of your life and personality that are falling away are inauthentic and false. Know that you're building a solid foundation of truth and that everything is working out perfectly right now. And the affirmation of the day is, I now give myself permission to be true to myself. Okay, so it says here that we're beginning to emerge back into, you know, who we are and all that sort of thing. And it will come to you most probably in a crashing way. So, you know, things will just start to fall down around you, and areas of your life where you felt that you were going in the right direction was too much for you. It was taking away too much of your own original purpose, and that is why it had to shut down. So, you know, for instance, there are things that were going on in my life, and I was putting myself behind, you know, this other area of my life, and I was putting myself last. And I was trying to juggle the whole thing and let it, you know, I thought this would be the best thing, this would be the best thing. And then suddenly it was gone just like that. And I was like, what? You know, I thought this was leading me into this area of life, and it's just stopped suddenly. And then I'm thrown back to my original path. So know that obviously you have in your mind what you want to do in the future and what you want to do for yourself, and where you're heading to go. And you might not know how you're going to do it, but you've got this vision, you know, you've got this idea sort of thing of what's going to happen for you in your life. There are some people that will just do the same thing all the time, you know, and that's their life journey. You know, there's no judgment from this area anyway. I don't care what anyone else really does. But, you know, they've got in their mind, I'm going to be doing this next week. And I've got in my mind what I'm going to be doing. And you do know what you're going to be doing as well. So there are some times in our life when there seems to be an opening that happens, you know, it just seems to be the right thing to do. And we take it on, and, you know, everything seems to be going fine. But then part of you is resenting that extra burden in your life, or that extra responsibility that's come from this. You see, so part of you is burdening, you know, you're feeling a little bit burdened, and you're a little bit, you know, you're burning the candles at both ends and all of that sort of thing, but you are quite willing to continue going on. And then what we might find is this wall comes, and suddenly all of that stops anyway, and it wasn't the right direction for you. And so it leads you to the question, well, what the heck was it in my life for? And that's a good one. So what that means is that you had that little taste of something that may come for you later on down the track, that you can use the skills that you learn later on down the track and apply it to what you're doing. The focus is, you know, something that's really coming through all the time for me, especially in my spiritual journey, as you are going along this journey as well. But you know, everybody's got their own way of doing it, but what keeps coming through consistently is the fact that you must focus on yourself and what you're doing. Healing yourself is healing the world. You know, focusing on you and working out what you really want. And I hear the screams of people saying, I don't know what I want. How do I find out what I want? What's my life purpose? What am I doing here? Why do I feel confused? Why am I unbalanced? Why does everything continue to go wrong for me? And all those sorts of things. You know, when you stop asking the questions like that, outwardly, like you're asking the questions to other people or trying to search for answers and all that, when you stop doing that and come back to you, start doing some writing, start doing some reading, start doing some research, then the answers come. While you are saying, why me all the time, and searching to others to tell you what to do, you're missing the whole point. You're going to continue to come up against brick walls until you understand that you have all the wisdom of the universe flowing through you all the time, if you just take the time to listen. Now, it may be that it takes you a lifetime to work that out, you know, because there should be an easier way than going within. But the longer you avoid that, you know, the harder it's going to be for you to get forward in your life and your spirituality and everything that you want to do. And I have to do it as well, because I play the why me card a lot. I know that. I do that. I'm just like anybody else. But what's different is that I then go, okay, I'm doing that again, and I start to bring myself back into me, and I start to write things down, and I start to ask questions of the universe, the angels, the guides, the fairies, whatever. And the answers come, and that will happen for you too. So remember that you are an individual, you are a unique individual, you are a pillar of light on the earth, you know, you are a portal of light, and you know, it's up to you what you do with what you've been given. You either make the most out of things, you know, burdens in life, you make the most out of that, or you allow them to rule you. You know, you allow grief to rule you, you allow negativity to rule you. That's totally up to you. And until people can mentally decide that they want something else, until you can mentally do that, you won't get the breakthrough that you may be looking for. So let's come back to our authentic self. If we don't know what that is, let's go and think about it for a while. Let's go and really challenge ourselves and, you know, study, learn, write, read as much as you can, and try to grasp things in your own way. You don't have to listen to anybody else. You don't have to listen to what I've got to say. Nothing. You've just got to find things on your own, and then you will find the strength to go to the next part of your life, and the next part, and the next part. And then you will start to see when patterns of things are coming. You know, and you'll go, oh my God, okay, this is coming. So now I know what this means, you know. And that'll happen over time as you get, you know, you start to really take control of your life. So I hope that one helped everybody. Remember, that's awakening your true self. Ask the fairies, go stand outside in nature. And you don't have to say it in front of everybody, but you can go out there and say, you know, please show me the way to finding me, you know, and things will happen. That is the best thing, you know, that you can do, is really start to focus on the self, and everything's going to get easier, I'm sure. So thank you guys for listening, and until the next video, it's goodbye from me. Bye.